Hello again, everybody. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Seizure Boy by Watsky. So, this comes as a request. I've taken every single request I've gotten, put it into my Google Sheet, and I hit the randomize button 3 times. Whatever comes up first, the top result, I should say, is what I listened to that day. So, as always, if you'd like to make a request, leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to get to it. Alright, I've only heard one other song by Watsky, really enjoyed it, and so I'm hoping that this one holds up just as well. Let's check it out. Seizure Boy, Watsky, yeah, let's give it a listen. Here we go.
Seizure Boy, Seizure Boy, Seizure Boy. The first thing that happens is the world goes black. You just hear a little snap when your neck rolls back. You don't bite your tongue off or foam at the lips. And before you hit the ground, there's a moment of bliss. It's like toking a spliff. It's like shedding your skin. It's better than the best train wreck there's ever been. You have to let it in, as much as it's upsetting. To wake up with bruises you don't remember getting. You don't remember how the hell you ended up indoors. You don't remember whether you were wetting your gym shorts in front of Amanda, the girl you're after, who already thought you were a fucking disaster. It's not like a last will, it's making me laugh. Unless you get your next one while you're taking a bath. I'm seizing the mic fast at middle school dances. I'm done being seized and I'm seizing my chances. It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. Maybe true, I got baby blues, you got navy blues. Paid your dues, name the tune, name a hue. What shade are you? I see purple people eaters more than world beaters. And I've jumped a couple hurdles, burned some sneakers through the meters. Copacetic, please get the medic, let it breathe. And I'll be the baddest motherfucking epileptic I can be. I would grieve, asking why is it me sleeping in the ER with an IV in my arm and my V card hurting, saying God, fuck if I'm a diet virgin, I'ma grab the first nurse working, flirt and try the curtain. So who's perking Dr. Phil's pills? Tyler Durden still ill, Thrillville, Uma Thurman hurting in the Kill Bills. This is to my sick kids, time to flip this shit. Depakote, Adderall, Ritalin, Pixie sticks. I don't give a fuck what you're riding to the setting sun. Use it as a weapon when it's said and done. It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. Say that I'm crazy or call it a pitfall. I'll win a game of bloody knuckles hitting a brick wall. It's pinball, hitting the limit to smash that glass. Take a minute to sit at the whip and then I'm gonna mash on gas. Cause I'll be crashing that impasse with fat ass syntax. Skinny motherfucker off a bucket of Slim Fast. You ever had a grand mal seizure in gym class? That whiplash back when life was dishing out pimp slaps? Fed up and we've all been better, but I'm set to step up. Never let up, cause the fall is just a setup now to get up. Regret'll never get the better of me with the sawed off. When I'm having trouble talking, someone knocks my writer's block off. And if my eyes glaze and my knees drift south, and you ever think to stick a credit card in my mouth, I take MasterCard and Visa for my risk rewards. I'm not biting my tongue, why don't you bite yours? It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. It's all too much. Said it's all too much. Said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch.
Yeah, man, that was cool. I like that a whole lot, you know. I'm just a sucker when it comes to lyrics for people telling their story. You know, to me, music is just a way to, do exactly that. I mean, spread stories and tell stories. And I always mention it's a reason I love Jim Croce and Neil Young and artists like that who are such fantastic, gifted storytellers. And so for me, this is definitely a story, I assume, about him. But it was good, you know, it was good to kind of see his perspective, see some of his life, And how empowering must that be? Like, hey, look, I have sort of this condition, and I am still able to make something of myself. You know, I'm a musician, and I haven't let it slow me down, basically. Yet there were definitely some growing pains because of it. So fantastic to hear his story here. And what a great thing, like what a great song for representation. You know, I'm huge on representation, partly just as a teacher and as, you know, a person of color. And I don't always get to see people who look like me in media or in certain types of music, you know. Like it bugs me when I watch a TV show or a movie and there's literally nothing but white people on it, because it's like, yeah, that's fine. Like, tell whatever story you want, but like us, we exist too. You know, where are the people who look like me? We exist. You know, where are we? Tell whatever story you want to tell, but be, I guess, conscientious of how you represent people. And so I think one of the more unseen populations, even I would say more so than people like me, are people who are disabled or have disabilities, if you will. And so to have this sort of song saying like, hey, I see you, I'm one of you, we have conditions, we have things that you know, others may make fun of us for, or what have you, but we are still people, we still have our own stories to tell, and we still have these obstacles to overcome that we can talk about. So what a great moment of representation here. But anyway, let's break the song down in more detail, of course, starting with the lyrics. So, where am I? There I am. So the name of the song, Seizure Boy, derives from George Watsky's nickname in middle school. This song is deeply personal to Watsky, as it is about the struggles of being an epileptic. The moral of the song is that one should take their weaknesses and flip them to be their strengths. I definitely got that out of the song. So apparently Watsky goes on to say, I was diagnosed with juvenile epilepsy in 7th grade when I had a major seizure during gym class, then had another seizure in a bowling alley a couple months later. After 3 years on Depakote, I'm assuming that's a drug, I had a normal EEG scan and I haven't had a seizure since. Wow, that's good for him. So Seizure Boy, the first thing that happens is the world goes black. You just hear a little snap when your neck rolls back. You don't bite your tongue off or foam at the lips, but before you hit the ground, there's a moment of bliss. It's like toking a spliff. It's like shedding your skin. It's better than the best train wreck there's ever been. You have to let it in as much as it's upsetting to wake up with bruises you don't remember getting. So yeah, I mean, basically describing what it's like to have that seizure, right? And so I think it's interesting. He says, you don't bite your tongue off, because that's a huge myth. I was just talking to my wife about that yesterday, as a matter of fact, oddly enough. But he kind of describes what it's like, I guess, for those of us who have never experienced it. I can't even imagine being a 7th grader and experiencing that for the first time and just wondering what's happening to my body, terrifying, absolutely terrifying, I bet, in that moment. So you don't remember whether you were wetting your gym shorts in front of Amanda, the girl you're after, who already thought you were a fucking disaster. It's not like a last will. It's making me laugh. So again, imagine being a 7th grader and passing out in front of everybody, how almost, I guess, embarrassed you would be in the moment, especially if, your crush is right there, right? So it's not like a last will. It's making me laugh unless you get your next one while you're taking a bath, right? It could easily drown. I'm seizing the mic fast at middle school dances. I'm done being seized, and I'm seizing my chances. So again, taking that, I guess, disability, that weakness, and turning it into a strength, a positive. I'm seizing the mic fast. I love that. It's a play on words. I'm seizing the mic fast at middle school dances. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. So again, taking something negative and turning it into a positive. Of course, a fantastic message there by any means. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. Maybe true, I got baby blues, you got navy blues, paid your dues. Name the tune, name a hue, what shade are you? I see purple people eaters more than world leaders. Purple people eaters. I see the acronym of that is PPE, which we think a lot about today because of COVID. So I'm like, okay, maybe he sees like things to help him out more than he does world leaders. I don't know. And I've jumped a couple hurdles That person spelled hurdles wrong. Burn some sneakers through the meters. Copacetic. Please get the medic. Let it breathe, and I'll be the baddest motherfucking epileptic I can be. So again, not letting it keep you down. If you're epileptic, then hell, be the best epileptic you can be. And I don't mean that like in a negative way. Like be the best person you can be while still having this this disability, this disease, I guess. I would grieve asking why it's me sleeping in the ER with an IV in my arm and my V card's hurting, saying, God fuck, if I'm a die a virgin, I'm going to grab the first nurse working, flirt, and draw the curtain. So again, making the most out of it. So he could sit in the hospital room and say, why me? Why me? Poor dear old me. But instead he's like, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm going to go out like this, and I'm going to go out having fun, at least shooting my shot, So who's perking Dr. Phil's pills? Tyler Durden still ill. Thrillville, Uma Thurman hurting in the Kill Bills. So I'm assuming this is the part where he found the drugs, like the prescription drugs, I assume. But to help him out, this is to my sick kids, time to flip this shit. Depakote, Adderall, Ritalin, Pixie Sticks. I don't give a fuck what you write in to the setting sun. Use it as a weapon when it's said and done. So he doesn't judge those who need to find things to help them out, whether it be Depakote, which I don't know what that is, Adderall, Ritalin, no matter what it is, whatever helps you get through it. Ain't no judging. Just use it as a weapon when it's all said and done. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. Say that I'm crazy or call it a pitfall. I'll win a game of bloody knuckles hitting a brick wall. Again, I think that's a lot of that was just the anger that he felt at the time, probably. It's pinball hitting the limit to smash that glass. Taking a minute to sit in the whip, and then I'm going to mash on gas. Because I'll be crashing that impasse with fat-ass syntax. That's a great line. I'll be crashing that impasse with fat-ass syntax. Skinny motherfucker off a bucket of Slim Fast. You ever had a grand mal seizure in gym class? Had whiplash back when life was dishing out pimp slaps. Fed up and we've all been better, but I'm set to step up. And again, to me, it's so important. Had whiplash back when life was dishing out pimp slaps. When you're a teenager, life is already hard. You're a teenager. All teenagers just hate themselves and hate their life, unless they're one of the popular ones or whatever, right? And so it's like life was already slapping me around, and then to have whiplash on top of that. But you know what? He's fed up with it, and he's gonna step up his game, right? Never let up, because the fall is just to step up now to get up. Regret will never get the better of me with a sawed off, so he's not going to be the kind of person who takes his own life. That's what I assume that meant. When I'm having trouble talking, someone knocks my writer's block off. So what I assume is that if he starts to show signs and someone makes fun of him or something, it's like, oh, well, you just gave me the fuel I need to write this next song. Thanks, asshole. If my eyes glaze and my knees drift south, and you ever think to stick a credit card in my mouth, I take MasterCard and Visa for my risk rewards. I'm not biting my tongue, why don't you bite yours? So I love that play on word, because again, it's a myth that you have to put something in their mouth so they don't bite their tongue. But also the phrase biting your tongue is like staying silent. So he plays that really well. I'm not biting my tongue, why don't you bite yours? I love that. That's great. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. I said it's all too much. And if the world breaks your legs, you go and beat it with your crutch. And it goes like that for some time. I thought it was a great song. Like I said, it very creative in the lyrics. Tells his story, which I'm a huge sucker for, as I mentioned, and really does a fun job with it. So lyrically, I got to give it 2 thumbs up. I thought it was great. As far as the instrumentation goes, the beat was real nice. It was just a really cool, chill beat. A little bit of harmonica in there. I feel like I don't know if this was actually played on harmonica or if they used keyboard or something to pipe in that sound, but it was good. You got some harmonica, you got some strings, some horned instruments in there, a little bit of keyboard, but overall the beat was nice. I'm assuming it was probably a sample from something else. I don't know too much about it, but it sounded good. And then on top of his vocals, I liked his vocal delivery, kind of corny at times, but I think it was a very deliberate corniness. It wasn't like, oh, like this guy's so corny. It was just more like, oh, this is like really cool. He's approaching this from like the standpoint of a teenager. He was a teenager when this happened, or at least close to a teenager, and so he's approaching it in that way, and it's to me it comes off really well. I think my favorite part vocally was this one part where he just went super fast. He was spitting it out so fast, and to me, kind of ramping it up for that moment, I think really made the song that much better for me. So kudos to him on the vocals. Nice beat, nice rhythm throughout the song, and I gave it 2 thumbs up. Instrumentally and vocally. And then as far as replay value goes, again, this one was really creative. I like the representation. I like the person telling his story here. I like the beat, the groove. It was real enjoyable, real easy to follow along and listen to, and his rapping style is enjoyable here as well. So, I think I want it on the playlist. I give it 2 thumbs up there. Across the board, thought it was a great song. So thank you for whoever requested this one. But that's it. If you enjoyed the music, go support the artist. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you can definitely find some Watsky is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It's in the description below. Has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. All right, before I let you go, let me figure out what am I listening to next. Let me find my correct tab. There it is. All right, so we can get rid of this one. We are done with it. And let's randomize 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3. Ooh, some more Jeff Buckley. Finally, I know the Jeff Buckley fans have been wanting me to get back to him. So, all right, next song is Jeff Buckley, Nightmare by the Sea. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and I hope to see you in that next video. Bye for now.